Why does India have such a low divorce rate? Seriously, it's one of the lowest in the world, just about 1%, compared to countries like the US, where it's around 40 to 50%. At first glance, you might think, wow, Indian marriages must be rock solid. But the truth? It's a lot more complicated than that. Let's break it down and explore the reasons behind this number. Spoiler alert, it's not all about love and happiness. First off, let's talk culture. In India, marriage isn't just about two people, it's about two families. It's like signing up for a lifetime membership to each other's extended relatives. And it's deeply rooted in tradition. Marriage is seen as sacred, something you stick with no matter what. Whether it's Hinduism, Islam, or Christianity, most religions in India teach that marriage is a lifelong commitment, and divorce, that's often considered a failure. People are encouraged to adjust and compromise rather than call it quits. So, there's this huge cultural and religious pressure to make marriages work, no matter how tough things get. Then there's family. Oh, Indian families are something else. They're super involved in everything, especially marriages. It's not unusual for parents, uncles, aunts, even neighbors to weigh in on your relationship. Divorce in India doesn't just affect the couple. It's like a ripple effect on the entire family. People worry about how it'll look to others, how it might affect their siblings' chances of getting married, or even how the neighborhood auntie will gossip about it. This pressure makes couples think twice, okay, 10 times before considering a divorce. Now, let's talk about money. Financial dependence, especially for women, a big deal in India. Even though things are changing, and more women are working now, in many cases, the husband is still the primary earner. For a lot of women, divorce could mean financial insecurity, especially if they don't have a strong support system. And in rural areas, it's even harder. Plus, women are often expected to be the glue of the family. There's this unspoken rule that it's their job to keep everything together, no matter how unhappy or unfair the situation might be. And then we've got arranged marriages. Yep, they're still a thing, and they actually play a big role in keeping divorce rates low. Think about it, parents and relatives go to great lengths to find a suitable match, checking everything from education and income to family background and even horoscopes. This kind of matchmaking often ensures that the couple has similar values and goals, which can help make the marriage stable. But let's be real, just because a marriage doesn't end in divorce, doesn't mean it's a happy one. A lot of people stay together out of obligation, not love. Another big reason is stigma. Divorce in India still carries a lot of social baggage, especially for women. A divorced woman often faces judgment, pity, or worse, outright exclusion. And it's not just her, it can affect her family's reputation too. Remarriage for women? Still super tough in many parts of India. This stigma makes a lot of people stick it out in unhappy marriages because the alternative, divorce, is seen as worse. Now, having said all that, things are changing, especially in cities. Younger generations, particularly in urban areas, are starting to see divorce differently. For them, it's less about tradition and more about personal happiness. Love marriages where couples choose their own partners instead of having their families arrange it are becoming more common. But these relationships can also come with fewer safety nets. Without family involvement, there's less pressure to stay together, but also less support when things go wrong. So, we're seeing a slight uptick in divorce rates among younger couples in cities. Women's empowerment is also a big part of this change. With more women becoming financially independent and aware of their rights, they're less willing to put up with toxic or unhappy relationships. Legal reforms have made it easier to file for divorce too. Courts are recognizing things like mental cruelty and irretrievable breakdowns of marriage, which weren't always considered valid reasons before. But let's not ignore the flip side. India's low divorce rate also highlights the resilience of its marriages. Many couples genuinely work hard to make things work, finding ways to resolve conflicts and support each other. The family structures that can feel overwhelming also act as a support system, helping couples navigate tough times. That's something worth appreciating. So, is India's low divorce rate all good? Not really. It's a mixed bag. On one hand, it reflects a culture that values commitment and family. On the other hand, it shows how much pressure people face to stay in marriages, even when they're unhappy or unsafe. As India continues to modernize, it's walking a fine line between holding onto traditions and embracing change. The key is finding a balance, keeping the good parts, like strong family bonds, while letting go of the stigma and social pressures that trap people in unhappy situations. And that's the story of India's low divorce rate. It's about culture, family, finances, and, yes, societal expectations. It's complicated, just like life. So, what do you think? Is a low divorce rate always a good thing? Or does it hide deeper issues that need to be addressed? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more conversations like this. Until next time, take care.